So welcome to lecture 2. So in this lecture, let's continue our discussion about the normal distribution problems. So try these problems. So pause the video right here. So try to use these problems as practice problems. So pause the video right here and try to solve these problems. So let me give you some more for practice. So pause the video and try to see if you can solve these problems. So let's go on to the last topic, which is the normal approximation of binomial distribution. So the process here is to approximate normal distribution. So approximate using a normal distribution the binomial distribution. So there is a reasonable approximation that can be done to other distributions by using the normal distribution. So under certain circumstances, so we'll just illustrate that here. What are the circumstances that you have to use? So the two conditions is that n should be really large, p is not too close to 0 or 1, so it's somewhere in the middle, and the areas under the normal curve with the mean and variability can be used to approximate the binomial probabilities. So for the, how do you find the z value then? So z value originally is x minus mu by sigma, but we know that in a binomial distribution mu equal to np and sigma square equal to npq. So the formula becomes x minus np by under root npq. So we can use normal approximation under two conditions. If both np and nq are greater than or equal to 5, so then the approximation is good, or n is to be large and this value mu plus or minus 2 sigma falls between 0 and n. So this is the common way we generally approximate the value. So np and nq should be greater than or equal to 5. But we do have to make some corrections into the values. So we use what we call a continuity correction. The reason we do that is because notice that binomial distribution is a rectangular distribution while normal distribution is a curved distribution. So notice this area here is actually missing. So this missing area has to be compensated somewhere else. Notice that this compensation area, so this area is missing inside the normal curve. So which means that we'll have to compensate for that. So the compensation is 0.5. So what we do here is that we either add or subtract 0.5 to include the entire rectangle. So for example, using 2 directly here to calculate p of x less than 2, less than or equal to 2 might not be the right thing to do. So we would rather use p of x less than or equal to 2.5. So that is plus 2.5 here, plus 0.5. So if it is less than 10, we can take less than 9.5. If it is greater than or equal to 5, then write it as greater than or equal to 4.5. Remember that when you use less than, subtract 0.5, and when you use greater than or equal to, also then subtract 0.5. When you use greater than, just greater than, then add plus 0.5 and when you use less than or equal to, also try to subtract 0.5. So the only case where you would use plus 0.5 is when you have greater than. So that's the case where you would end up using 0.5. So remember this idea and probably it will make it easier to solve the problem. So let's take an example problem and try to solve this problem. So the probability that a patient recovers from a blood disease is 0.4. If 100 people are known to have contracted this disease, what is the probability that less than 30 will survive? Now the probability that a patient will recover from a disease is p. So that value is given as 0.4. So notice that this value is not too close to 0 and 1. So which means this is an ideal situation. N here is 100. So how do we know whether approximation works or not? Find np. So np is 100 times 0.4. So which again is 40. So which is greater than or equal to 5. So which means that we can use normal approximation. Now use the principle now. is that they are asking you to find P of X greater than or equal to 30. So we have to find the value for Z. So Z formula is x minus np by root npq. So if P is 0.4, we know that Q is 1 minus P, so which is 1 minus 0.4, which is going to be 0.6. So now use the principle here. So Z becomes, x here is 30, so 30, I'm sorry, less than or equal to, less than 30, sorry. So 30 minus np is 40 divided by root n is 100 into 0.4 into 0.6. So using this we get Z equal to minus 10 by under root 100 times 0.4 is 40 times 0.6. So using this principle now, so this value becomes negative 10 by 40 times 0.6 is 24. So root 24 is 4.8989. So minus 10 by 4.8989. So using this principle now, you have 10, so negative 10 over 4.8989. That gives you value of 2.04. So the Z value is 2.04. So replace this into the probability. So the probability becomes P of Z less than 2.04. So P of Z less than 2.04. So we have to find the probability for 2.04. So let me open the standard table. So using the table we have to find 2.04. So you have 2.0 here. So we have 2.0 here. So we have 2.0 and we have to find 2.04. So this is 4 here. So in this one, this is the value 97932 is the value. So 0.97932. Now if you remember that, we have to also remember that we did not use any correction factor here. So what would happen, let's take the correction factor in. I've done it first without any correction. Now let me do the correction. So with correction the value becomes x less than 29.5. So now use the Z value and find using the correction. You'll notice why the difference comes in. So 29.5 minus 40 by root 24, that becomes minus 10.5 by 4.8989. So you have 10.5 over 4.8989. So that value becomes 2.14. Notice the change in the PZ value is a major change. Now write down this value now. So this is with correction, with continuity correction. So PF Z less than 2.14. Now use the periodic as normal table again, 2.14. So here you have 2.1 and here you have 2.14, which is 98382. So this becomes 0.98382. Notice there is a change in the probability. This change is what we are looking for when we are using continuity correction, because the value that you get should be nearly equal to the value for binomial distribution. So I'm not going to do the actual binomial distribution for this problem, but the value is actually close to this answer. So that's the reason why we use binomial application. We use that continuity correction to correct the answer to make sure that we get the proper answer. So this is normal approximation. So try this problem also. So where they have given n equal to 30, p equal to 0.4, and they are asking you to find p of x less than or equal to 10. So use this principle now and try to find the problem. So pause the video right here and try to solve this problem. So with this, we end our lecture on continuous. So with that, we end our lecture on continuous probability distributions. So I'll see you guys again in the next lecture.